Eyup, hope you're doing alright. Happy Friday, hope your week has gone good, and if not, I hope your weekend is better. So I recently built a plant shop on my channel, and in that video I said I might build a house for the couple that I had running the plant shop. So here I am building their home. I didn't know what kind of style that I wanted, but I knew that I wanted to do something a little bit different and use like interior styles that I don't normally go for, just to like mix it up a bit and try something new. I really like Scandinavian, modern, contemporary and industrial styles, and for this house I wanted to kind of stay away from those as much as I could, just because they're usually like my go-to styles. So yeah, I hope that I achieved that with this house. So the house I built is on a 20 by 15 lot in Newcrest. It's a 2-bedroom house, though you could have another bedroom if you wanted to, but I decided to make an office or a study instead. It doesn't use a lot of packs, this one. I thought with my last few builds I've used quite a lot of packs, especially in the plant shop, so I wanted to limit myself a little bit, just to like use just 2 this time. Well, 3 I guess if you include the base game. But yeah, I wanted to use a lot less packs this time, and yeah, I'm fairly happy with it, to be honest. I don't normally build stuff like this in this style. It kind of reminds me of those like American suburban houses for some reason. I think it's the blue wood cladding that does it, but I think it suits the Sims in my game really well. They don't have a child together or anything like that yet, but I added a toddler's room just to show that it can be a family home. And like with the plant shop, this house has lots and lots of plants. It's covered in plants, in fact. It has like dedicated rooms for them, photos of plants. Yeah, they're just absolutely everywhere. I said in my last video that I imagine that the red-haired sim Erin is, well, in my game she's autistic, as I wanted to reflect a little bit of myself, and I'm autistic, so yeah, one of her special interests is plants. Obviously I know that you can't actually make autistic sims, but I just wanted to make one as close to kind of what I'm like, without actually making myself. But I'm happy to like imagine she is. I think this is the one area of The Sims where I would rather it be imagined rather than actually in the game. So yeah, I've given her the loner trait so that she gets tents around other Sims, which is something that I do. Well, not tents, it's probably a little bit more than that, but yeah, I wanted to keep the landscaping pretty simple and just kind of neat and tidy and kind of put together, if that makes sense. So yeah, I put those lower fences to kind of act as a border. I also built a small greenhouse in the back garden just to grow flowers, and yeah, you can grow them in all seasons. If you don't have seasons, it won't be too much of an issue growing plants outside, but with that pack, say if it's spring and you plant something that only grows in summer, it won't grow outside, it'll just be like a dormant plant. But if it's planted in the greenhouse, it will grow all year round because it's considered like sheltered. But if you wanted to, you could just change the greenhouse into anything that you want, really. It could just be a sunroom or a conservatory or maybe like a little art studio. I also need to kind of go back into the game and remove some of the plants because I think a few of them are from seasons, and I don't want to include plants that are from seasons. I'd rather just include the base game, like flowers and stuff. So how are we all doing then? How's your week been? I'm feeling pretty tired myself this week, but I think it's just with like walking to and from school. I've had quite a lot of pain in like my hips. I've mentioned it before, but like my hips and my legs are like in a lot of pain. I don't know why, like I get that I'm walking around more than usual, but it's been like ridiculous to the point where I feel like I can't walk very far, struggling to walk up and down stairs and stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to like a weekend of just sitting down and not doing that much. But overall I've really liked going back to like normal routine. I just feel a bit more comfortable with this, well, a lot more comfortable with this kind of routine. It's made me feel a lot less stressed and overwhelmed. which is good, obviously. I also managed to catch up on Animal Crossing a little bit this week, and I'm partway through December now. I did the Turkey Day event, which was really enjoyable, actually. When your villagers like look at the food that you've helped cook and stuff, I just thought that was really cute. And yeah, I've caught up on all the things that I need to get, all the creatures and all that kind of stuff, and I'm hoping to catch up on everything else this weekend, hopefully, and hoping to record the tour next week. So if you haven't already, maybe you'd want to subscribe if you want to see the island tour that I'm going to do. So yeah, anyway, back to the build. So I realised while I was taking screenshots that I have quite a bit of a colour scheme going on in this house. Obviously you'll see that once we get to the interior. You'll notice there's quite a bit of like blue, cyan or turquoise, I guess. That was like completely unintentional. I wanted to use the Paranormal Stuff couch just because it's like my favourite couch in the game, so I kind of built the living room around that a little bit, and then everything else just kind of followed. Yeah, I don't know why I ended up going with that for each room pretty much. I don't normally stick to like a colour scheme. I just go with what I'm in the mood for, or what colours I think that the Sims would like, or that kind of suit their personality kind of. Which reminds me, I might even make a video soon where I do some, I guess, building tips or something like that. I know there's plenty of them on YouTube. Like, you could just Google how to build roofs in The Sims 4 and you'll find probably hundreds of videos showing you how to do it. But yeah, I do have my own, kind of have my own way of doing things. I guess it could be useful. I'm not like an expert builder or anything like that, so if I did make a video, I don't think it would be anything revolutionary or anything like that, but maybe it could help some people out, I don't know. But as I've said before, I also want to do like a let's play at some point, and I've been brainstorming some ideas, and what I'd personally like to see in a let's play is kind of what I would do for myself on my own channel. So yeah, I'll probably do like a poll on Instagram for both of those things, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle on there is SimsHutchYT, and the link to my Instagram is always left in the description of my videos. So yeah, if you want to follow me on there so you can take part in any polls that I do. I often ask people to vote for what I'm going to build next, so I'll probably do the same for like the let's play, just kind of see what kind of thing I would do, maybe to incorporate a challenge, and same for like the building tips, if there's any particular tips that people want to see. Because like I said, I'm not like an expert builder or anything like that, but I do often see the same sort of questions come up, especially about roofing and kind of the little decorative things, the additional things that you can add on to houses to make it look a little bit less boxy. And I tend to see like the same kind of things. I get the same questions from people like, oh, how did you come up with that? Or I'm really bad at landscaping, how do you kind of come up with what to do? So yeah, I would be interested in doing a video on that. So let me know if you want to see that, either if you want to take part in an Instagram poll, or if you want to just let me know in the comments. It's up to you. But yeah, I think all that kind of stuff would take a little bit of planning, especially like a let's play. I might even wait for a new pack before doing a let's play, just because I'm a little bit kind of overwhelmed with all the packs and not knowing which to go with. I don't have all the packs, but I have all the expansion packs except I forgot the name of it, the eco lifestyle one. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, that one. I don't have that pack, but I have all the other expansion packs, so I could do one that's related to that. I have most of the game packs except for, I think I don't have the magic one, forgot the name of that one, the one with like spellcasters, and I don't have jungle adventure, and I think that's it, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, let me know what kind of gameplay or what you would want to see in a let's play, if you would even want to see one. I mean, you might just be only into watching me like build stuff. So yeah, anyway, I'm building the parents' bedroom now, and this is like really I was going to say out of my comfort zone, but it's not really out of my comfort zone. It's more kind of, it's not a style that I'd usually go for. I don't think I've ever played with that bed, or the furniture that comes with Get Together, that like kind of traditional looking furniture. I absolutely love the wallpaper that comes with Paranormal Stuff. I would use that in every single build if I could. but I've just not used it for a while just because I've been using other packs. But yeah, I really like that wallpaper. I think it's really versatile. I think I use it twice, maybe 3 times. No, I think it's twice in this house. But yeah, I don't normally build stuff like this. It's just not my sort of style. I wouldn't personally have like this kind of stuff. Like I said, I prefer more like modern interiors and like furniture, and I do prefer more like plain kind of walls and stuff like that. But I do quite like the idea of having like wood cladding, and then like a wallpapered accent wall and stuff like that. And then of course not forgetting some plants, and I also add a little armchair just in case the Sims want to come up here and read. Although I think, yeah, I changed it to a I forgot what it's called. I guess like a puffy, I would call it, or like an ottoman. It sounds really weird, but like that's what I would say it as. That's how we say it in my accent. And then the study or the office, like I said, you can change this into a kid's bedroom if you wanted to, or maybe you could swap around the toddler's bedroom because it's quite a small space and the floor plan is it's a little bit awkward. But yeah, you could always change around the bedrooms if you wanted to, maybe make the larger bedroom a kid's bedroom and this one could be a toddler's room, just because it's a little bit tricky on size because it is quite a small, oddly shaped room. But I wanted to include an office just because these Sims do kind of run and own a business, so I imagine they would do a lot of accounting and things like that at home. Obviously you can't actually do that in the game, but they can always like search the web or practice writing skills or whatever it is they want to be doing in the computer. Probably just playing games because that's usually what the Sims do, isn't it? They just go and play Sim Scuffle or what's the other one that they play? That is it Blick Block or Blicky Block or whatever it's called? I don't know, but they normally just play that. And then for the toddler's room, when I was building this one, I just kind of wanted to just get stuff down. I didn't really have an idea of what I wanted. I was just going to try and decorate it quite neutral because I tend to build kids' bedrooms with kids in mind. So by the time I get on to building the kids' bedroom, normally I've already made the Sims family and I've already decided what kind of personality they have, or I've already made them so I know what kind of personality they have. I was also torn between whether to add like a toddler bed or the baby bassinet or the crib or the cot or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, for this one, because they don't actually have a child Sim, I just kind of made it for a little boy. But you could also move in a baby girl in here or a toddler girl. It doesn't really matter that much. I think I end up changing a little bit of the layout. I'm not entirely sure. I think I change the wallpaper just because there's quite a lot of blue going on, a lot of shades of blue, and I kind of wanted it to match a bit more. I think I go with like that plant wallpaper, which I really love that wallpaper, but I never use it because I never find that it like matches the house that I'm building in. But I thought it were perfect for this kind of family. Obviously they're really into plants, so why not have plants as your wallpaper? So yeah, I wanted to keep this fairly simple and I didn't want to add too much to it just because obviously I didn't have a child Sim in mind. And then for the kitchen, I got like a little bit annoyed with this just because I don't know what it was. It's the base game counters, I think that's what it is. I often struggle to pick swatches for the base game counters just because I don't really like them. I don't like the idea that, like in my mind, I just want to have wood top counters. So like a white, my perfect counter would be a white, like the cupboards, the white cupboards, and then like a wood countertop. We don't really have anything like that. The closest we have is in Parenthood, at least out of the packs that I've got. And then we have similar ones that, well, not similar, we have ones that are like that in Island Living, but I didn't want to introduce another pack entirely, so I just went with these base game ones. But in the end it turned out okay. I'm fairly happy with how it turned out. I think it's just, especially when it comes to building kitchens for me, I always find that I struggle to come up with ideas for them. I don't know why, but it's always kitchens that I really struggle with. So maybe I could even do, when I was talking earlier about building tips video, maybe I could do one centered around kind of how I get around building kitchens and stuff, because I don't know if anybody else struggles with building kitchens, but it is definitely something that I do struggle with, especially like it does kind of depend on the floor plan, and I feel like the bigger the kitchen, the harder it is for me to fill, because what do you have in your kitchen? You have cupboards, a cooker, a fridge, and then maybe you might have a dining table, and it's like a kitchen diner like combination. Whereas if it's like a small room, I find it a lot easier. But when it comes to The Sims, it's like, well, I don't want to add too much, but then at the same time, it's like it looks a bit silly if there's nothing in it at all. But yeah, I got there in the end. You'll see me do like a cut where I'm going through the floors, because it took me ages to come up with what flooring I wanted, and then I remembered there's that it's like concrete tiles, I guess, kind of flooring that comes with Get Together. So I went with that one. I think the bin might not be functional, so I might have to go in and the kitchen bin, I might have to go in and rearrange that or move that somewhere else in the kitchen. I have playtested the build fully and everything works, but when the Sims were eating, there was like a plate left over that had food on it that nobody had like eaten, and when the Sim went to empty the food into the bin, they went to the outside bin even though they were in the kitchen. So I think that the bin where it is, it might not be totally functional. There's a little nook where I've put the dishwasher. Again, really awkward kind of placing because of the shape of the front of the house. It made it so that I had to kind of utilise that space a little bit differently. I guess naturally, not naturally, because obviously they're not natural, but like in a real life house, you probably wouldn't have it like that. But I figured for The Sims, it doesn't really matter the placement of it. It kind of looks okay where it is. But yeah, I might have to just move that kitchen bin just to make sure that it's functional. But your Sims can reach the dishwasher as normal. Again, lots of plants in the kitchen. I was kind of wondering as well with the kitchen, like, would it make sense to have a little chair in the corner and stuff? Because I don't know, I like to fill up the space as much as possible, and I don't like having lots of blank spaces, especially houses that are like this where it's like a family kind of style. But yeah, let me know how you feel about that kind of trying to fill up every single corner and stuff, because I feel like I do that all the time. I try and make sure that there's no space that's not got nothing in it, if that makes sense. Also, later on in the screenshots, you'll see that there's photos of like different plants and stuff that the Sims have taken. The base game paintings, I think we do need like way more paintings, just because the ones that we have, I just think after a while, especially if you only have base game, it must get like super boring, and every single like family, it's one thing everybody having the same kitchen counters and having similar wood flooring, but everybody having the exact same paintings hung up in the house, it does get a little bit repetitive and a little bit boring, I think. So I just think they should include some more paintings, and maybe make it accessible so that you can get the paintings that the Sims can make themselves from debug, because I don't think you can do that yet, and yeah, it would be good if you could do that. Then with the little greenhouse that I did, I had to do a little bit of shuffling things around off camera for the screenshots at the end. Well, it was while I was playtesting, because the Sim couldn't get to the back corner of that like big square planter box. They still can, it's just the placement of it, but you can get to the three, it's kind of like in a triangle shape, you can still get to them. And then I also wanted to include like an outdoor eating space, just because I thought, why not? These Sims do like the outdoors. I think Erin, the Sim that I was talking about earlier, one of her traits is loves the outdoors. So sometimes when I have Sims that love the outdoors, I often like add an outdoor eating area to where they live in the house. So yeah, so I decided to add that. It was really tricky to build though. I don't know what the problem was. You'll see as I'm building it, I kind of come across a few problems trying to place some fences on top. I think it's because the little gazebo that I'm trying to make, it's not the same level as the house. So the house is elevated up on like I've lifted the height of the house. That's why there's stairs leading up to it. But I think because this little bit isn't, the game's not liking the fact that I've built like a split level thing, I guess you could call it. So in the end I gave up on the fencing thing, trying to make like a gazebo roof, and I just went with those window decorations, I think they are, from the base game ones. But yeah, it took a little bit of fiddling around and experimenting a little bit, but I think I got there in the end. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up the video right here. I really hope that you enjoyed watching. Please leave a like if you did, consider subscribing if you'd like to, and I'll see you later. Bye!